Welcome back, my friends, to the show that never seems to end. That's right, because we do this daily, guys. Just for you. That's right, just for you, all of you. Okay, so I am DC, creator and host of Barside, Jive, and I want to welcome you to my daily dose of rock music history. Like I said, we do this every day. Today is Wednesday, March 4th, 2020. And you are witnessing my Satisfaction Guaranteed Tour Day 30. You can order your Satisfaction Guaranteed Tour gear while they last at bradjensenart.com. I am coming at you live from the Vocal Studios in North Dallas. Now, what do you say we talk some rock and roll? On this day in 1966, John Lennon caused a major stir in the United States when London's Evening Standard newspaper published an interview with him in which he remarked, "Christianity will go. Yeah, it will vanish and shrink. I needn't argue that. I'm right and will be proved right. We're more popular than Jesus right now." Well, Lennon would later apologize, explaining that what he meant was the way some people carry on, like screaming at their concerts. You'd think we were more popular than Jesus Christ. Thousands of Beatle records were smashed at mass rallies, and some radio stations quit playing their songs altogether. John's apology was eventually accepted by most, and time has healed most wounds. Most wounds. Okay. The Rolling Stones' Ruby Tuesday sat atop the Billboard singles chart after American disc jockeys shied away from playing the flip side, "Let's Spend the Night Together," on this day back in 1967. On this day, 1969 was the year a baby girl named Chastity Bono is born to Sonny and Cher. 40 years later, she will undergo procedures to change her sex to male and now goes by the name Chas. Janis Joplin is fined $200 for using obscene language on stage in Tampa, Florida on this day in 1970. On this day, 1972, Badfinger received a gold record for the Billboard #4 hit, "Day After Day." The song featured George Harrison on guitar and Leon Russell on piano. Baby Blue, No Matter What, Without You, gosh, so many great songs. Badfinger was one of the saddest stories in rock and roll. To learn more, check out my video, Badfinger, the rest of the story, in my Daily Dose playlist. The U.S. Internal Revenue Service carried out a dawn raid at the home of Jerry Lee Lewis and removed cars worth over $170,000 to pay off his back taxes on this day in 1978. On this day, 1979 was the year Randy Jackson of the Jackson 5 was seriously injured in a car crash. Breaking both legs, he almost died in the emergency room when a nurse inadvertently injected him with methadone. Frank Zappa's son Dweezil and his daughter, Moon Unit, form a band called Fred Zeppelin on this day back in 1982. Their first single, "My Mother is a Space Cadet," gets very little attention. On this day in 1986, after just completing a 2-set show with the band in Winter Park, Florida, 41-year-old pianist, lead singer Richard Manuel committed suicide by hanging himself. His bandmate Robbie Robertson honored his friend with the song "Fallen Angel" in 1987. After Madonna's Like a Prayer debuts in a Pepsi commercial on U.S. television, Roman Catholic groups around the world protest, calling the video, which contains both religious and sexual imagery, blasphemy. And that was on this day back in 1989. On this day in 2001, Glenn Hughes of the Village People died of lung cancer at the age of 50. He was buried in his leather biker outfit. Peter Tork, bassist for the Monkees, underwent extensive surgery after being diagnosed with adenoid cystic carcinoma, a rare, slow-growing form of head and neck cancer, on this day in 2009. A preliminary biopsy discovered that the cancer had not spread beyond the initial site. On this day in 2010, Lolly Vegas, lead singer and guitarist for Redbone, died of cancer at the age of 70. The band is most often remembered for their 1974 Billboard number 5 hit, Come and Get Your Love. Daryl Hall and John Oates confirmed that they were suing cereal maker Early Bird Foods and Company over the company's use of the name Hall'n Oats for their granola bars on this day in 2015. On this day in 2018, Russell Solomon, founder of the Tower Records chain, passed away at the age of 92. Solomon went from selling music out of his father's Sacramento drugstore in 1941 to operating 271 stores and selling $1 billion worth of records in the 90s. The company's downfall began once the internet came about, causing the firm to file for bankruptcy in 2004 before closing their doors for good in 2006. If you guys have not seen the documentary, All Things Must Pass, The Rise and Fall of Tower Records, this is a total must-see. This documentary tracks the rise and fall of the Tower franchise and notes its influence on some of the biggest names in the music industry. You can purchase it right here, right now. All Things Must Pass, The Rise and Fall of Tower Records on Blu-ray. Just click the link. And that, kiddies, is rock and roll and wraps my rock history lesson today. And that, kiddies, is rock and roll and wraps my rock history lesson today. But you can dry those eyes because there's more coming from me to you tomorrow and every day as I peel back those pages of my big-ass rock history book as I explore the rock legends on my daily dose of rock music. You can catch up on all my Daily Dose episodes as well as all of my content on YouTube. Just search Barside Jive Live. You can also follow me on Twitter and Instagram if you choose at Barside Jive. I do appreciate you hanging out with me today and every day while I do my Daily Dose. Please seek every day to be a hero in someone's life. Now, guys, I will see you very soon, like tomorrow. In the meantime, peace, love, and much rock and roll. Rock and roll, guys. Take us out, Boner. Boner.
Have mercy.
I knew you were going to say that. Good night, Bill.
That's BarsideJiveLive.com.
You rock for the senses. Lows that evolve into highs that pierce.